I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test part 38, The 6 Wives of Henry VIII, part 2. And you have not skipped that much, we just had read what was written to the first wife. So, Catherine of Aragon. Aragon is in Spain, and that makes sense with the next sentence, which is Catherine was a Spanish princess. Now, I haven't read it, but I want to give you a little warning that this is about divorce and also of the unnatural violence death of multiple persons. So, Catherine was a Spanish princess. She and Henry had a number of children. So let's understand that, not just read it. So Catherine of Aragon, that makes sense. So she was more or less, or somehow, whatever, from Aragon, and Aragon is a region in Spain. So Catherine was a Spanish princess. In Spain is a region called Aragon, and there was the princess Catherine. And I want to say it again that more than one person of these listed here will have an unnatural violent death. Catherine was a Spanish princess. She and Henry, so Henry VIII, so Catherine of Aragon and Henry VIII had a number of children, but only one, Mary, survived. Okay, so they had multiple children. So more subjects. So they had multiple children, but only of them survived, and her name was Mary. So we have King Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. They had multiple children, but only Mary survived. When Catherine was too old to give him another child, anyway, I want to explain all that, but then I have to give way more warnings. When Catherine was too old to give him another child, Henry decided to divorce her, hoping that another wife would give him a son to be his heir. Now, I have no idea how that word is pronounced, but I think it's similar to heir. And it means success. Is that the word what I searched for? I still don't know the opposites to ancestor. And I'm not so sure if successor is the right one. It's not the right one as opposite for ancestor, but I think successor is the right one for hers. So that means someone who will inherit the throne after him. Does he mean? And he wanted to be a male. And he doesn't have a male son. He has only one daughter, her name Mary, and Catherine of Aragon is too old to get another child with a chance that it will be a male heir. So Henry decided to divorce her. That means they split it. But you know what a divorce is. So that is all what we have before we are starting with the shoulder impingement training. We will concentrate on the 6 wives of Henry VIII. Catherine of Aragon, a Spanish princess, marrying Henry VIII. They had multiple children, but only Mary survived. King Henry VIII wanted a male heir, and Catherine of Aragon wasn't able to get another child, so there was no chance. But it might be a child which has the chromosomes needed to be masculine or male, so he decided to go and part ways. Let's go with the shoulders back and up and in front and down, and these are forward shoulder circles. Back, up, front and down, and we're changing the direction. In front, up, back and down. And last time, in front, up, back and down. And now to the shrug. We are lifting the arms up. And we're shrugging the shoulders out and releasing it all again. And if it causes pain at the shoulder impingement point, then don't do it. We are lifting the arms slowly up and we're shrugging the shoulders up and releasing it all again. And last time, shoulders up. No, the arms up. Now the shoulders up and release it all again. Catherine of Aragon was Henry VIII's first wife. That was not written here, that it was the first wife. That is, I guess, nowhere written in this whole book. That we just have to take it in the order they are listed and assume that this order is in the way which they were married. And not in one of the dozens other multiple ways to list things or people. Catherine of Aragon and Henry VIII married. They had several children, but only Mary survived. King Henry VIII didn't want Mary to be her successor, her heir. He wanted a boy, and Catherine of Aragon wasn't able to get a child anymore, so he decided to divorce her. Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn was English, so Anne Boleyn was not as Catherine of Aragon from Aragon in Spain. Anne Boleyn was English. You can get it from the name maybe a bit. She and Henry had one daughter, Elizabeth. So Henry VIII has two daughters. But I think we will get on in the context because I think he still wants a son rather than two daughters. So he has Mary and Elizabeth. Anne Boleyn was English, and she and Henry had one daughter, her name Elizabeth. Anne Boleyn was unpopular in the country and was accused of taking lovers. So the people of the country did not really were in favor of Anne Boleyn. And there were accusations against her that she had, beside of Henry VIII, with whom she had one child, Elizabeth, had other lovers. She was executed at the Tower of London. Now we know a second building, now a third building in London. We know of the Westminster Bridge, where Boudica, the Queen of the Iceni, has a statue. And we know of the House of Parliament in London, and now we know of the Tower of London, where things like an execution happened of Anne Boleyn. Nothing more written of her crimes than that she was unpopular, that she was not in favor, and that she was accused of having lovers. So she was executed at the Tower of London. That's the second one. First one, Catherine of Aragon, one child, Mary, but she couldn't get another child and he divorced her. The second one was Anne Boleyn. She was unpopular, had a child with him, Elizabeth. She was accused of having lovers. There's not written why she was executed, but maybe that had something to do with it. And she was executed, so killed in the Tower of London. Now to the next exercise. We're having the legs turning a bit more wide apart. We are having long arms, or straight arms, now bent in the elbow, and we're having fists. And now we're turning these fists to the inside, and we're bringing the shoulders back together and down. So bring the arms into internal rotation, shoulders down and together, open the chest into the sky. Now change the arms to the outside, the shoulders down and together. And the arms to the inside, shoulders down and together still, the shoulders down, change. Under pressure at all. And the last time, the arms to the outside, the shoulders down and together. And with similar exercise, the arms out to the side, the hands to the fists, a bit in front. And we bring these arms in front, and shoulders down and together. And the arms back, and shoulders up and in front. And the arms in front, and the shoulders down and together. And for last time, the arms back, shoulders up and in front. And that was the exercise. Catherine of Aragon, one child, Mary, divorced because he had no chance anymore to get a boy with her, and Anne Boleyn, one child, Elizabeth, she was executed in the Tower of London. Now the third one, Jane Seymour. Henry married Jane Seymour after Anne Boleyn's execution. She gave Henry the son he wanted, Edward, but she died shortly after the birth. So, Jane Seymour had a child together with Henry VIII and his name Edward. Jane Seymour died shortly after she had given the birth to Edward. It was pretty... No, I'm not making it up, even not unintentional. So, the next exercise. We're making a pretzel curl. So we're bringing the arms together in front, and now we're bringing them down and to the outside, and we're just concentrating on the movement which the scapulars are doing. And together, and just concentrate on what the scapulars are doing. And the last time into the middle. And now to the sundial. The arm with a sock in the hand or tennis ball or something at the outside, and we're letting it fall. And we're trying to catch it again, and we're going like a sundial, like a sun clock, slowly in front, and try to have a straight arm. And what was the sundial? Now a little bit of stretching, the arm in front, and stretch, bend shoulder stays back, so don't go in, let us middle of it, shoulder stays back. Be aligned with shoulders. The other arm in front. And now back to the 6 wives. We had 3. Catherine of Aragon. She was Spanish and she had a child with Henry VIII, her name Mary. But she couldn't get more children, and so Henry VIII divorced her. Then he married Anne Boleyn. She was English. With her he had a child, Elizabeth. But she was unpopular and accused of having lovers and was executed in the Tower of London. And then we have Jane Seymour. She had a child together with Henry VIII. His name Edward, but she died shortly after birth. Now Anne of Cleves, the 4th one. Anne was a German princess. So we have now Catherine, a Spanish princess, Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, English, and now we have about Jane Seymour, we don't know anything, but about Anne, a German princess. Henry married her for political reasons, but divorced her soon after. So King Henry VIII married Anne of Cleves as his 4th wife for political reasons. So it means it was not out of love or something, but it was because for political reasons there were... I never came to the point to explain what thrifty was. I was shortly before it. Thrifty means to not waste money. Basically to not spend it for something, to not waste money. So King Henry VII was thrifty and built up the monarchy's financial reserves. That makes sense. I said something about thriving. That makes also sense. So the financial reserves are thriving because Henry VII was not thrifty. Something like that. King Henry VIII continued the policy of centralizing power. So something like that would be politics. So for political reasons, I don't know the reasons and I don't really want to speculate around, but there was some advantage for the country or for the financial reserves or something. There was some advantage for the politics of the country or the military or something that he married Anne of Cleves, a German princess, but he soon divorced her. We can make another one, but we will not come through. We need a 3rd part. Let's do the next one. Catherine Howard. That will again not end well. Catherine Howard, I just read it, so it is not some dramatic element, let's say that. Catherine Howard was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. Okay. So he did not only executed Anne Boleyn, but also her cousin Catherine Howard. So, okay. Catherine Howard, the 5th one. Catherine Howard. Catherine Howard was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. She was also accused of taking lovers and executed. That's all written here. And now the 6th one. Let's go through. I will repeat it in the future. Catherine Parr. Catherine Parr was a widow who married Henry late in his life. She survived him and married again, but died soon after. So Catherine Parr was a widow. It means that her partner had died and she was now a widow, and she married Henry when Henry was already late in his life. She survived him, it means he didn't send her to Bishopford to be executed like Anne of Cleves, like Kevin Howard, and Anne Boleyn. Anne of Cleves just divorced. Anne of Cleves was German. So Catherine Howard and Anne Boleyn. I think I will work on some things to remember it. She survived him and married again, but died soon after. I don't have time left. I thank you very much, and I'll have next time.